Got it. What's going on? You are listening to the Straight Up Podcast, brought to you by Pop Pop's Wood Shop. Let's get it on.
It's bullshit. You can't see that, brother.
Assalamu alaikum, Maida.
It's bullshit. You can't see that, brother.
Good afternoon. That's right. It's that time once again. We're back with the Straight Up Podcast, episode number 49. On this 17th day of April, happy Resurrection Day. What's up with everybody out there tuning in on YouTube land? That's right. Once again, it's the Straight Up Podcast, episode number 49. We're one away for our 50th. That's right. Once again, happy Resurrection Day. I'm your host, DJ Wildbody. We got the panel with us, DCR, the Jersey Sun, Coop, and special guest today, RTO Beats from the Bay. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. You can check us out on Anchor FM, Spotify, Twitch, the playback. Thank everyone for your support. And before we get started, we got to give some shout out to our sponsor. Once again, the longtime sponsor. This episode of the Straight Up Podcast is brought to you by Pop Pop's Wood Shop. Pop Pop's Wood Shop, specializing in custom woodworking, coffee tables, china cabinets. They do it all. They're dedicated to providing you with top quality work and the utmost professionalism. You give them a call today, 1-800-286-5233. That's 1-800-286-5233. Use the code PICK, P-I-C-K. Once again, Pop Pop's Wood Shop. We're here, Resurrection Day. Got the homies in the cut. Shout out to brother See Me Hustle over there in Niger, Africa, in the cuts, sitting in a tent, wondering what's going to be on the dinner menu for the cafeteria today out in the woods. I mean, the sand there. And my brother Mordib, not here today as well, but we got RTO Beats here. We have a panel, and we're going to keep moving. I always gave shout out to our sponsors. So how's everybody doing?
It's all
Good,
brother.
man. All right.
Man, good to see everybody, man. Also look out for that unpaid dues from the network coming at you.
Yeah.
Week before Memorial Day, single dropping a week before that. Got some great cuts on there. Can't wait for y'all to hear it. We're working on that right now. Once again, unpaid dues gonna be available on Bandcamp and then streaming sites. So check it out. And a lot of heat, a lot of fire. My man, Jersey Sun, is knocking home runs over the fence. I call him the Mark McGuire of the network. You know what I'm saying? Bat in hand.
Man.
Shout
Trying to
out.
get some inspiration from the brother, man.
Hey, bro. I beg to differ. I've grabbed inspiration from you, my friend. You know what I mean? But yeah, check out for that as well. Also got some good stuff coming up. Comrade Black Mav tribute album that's coming out on the 29th. I forget me. We'll get more information about that, and I'll let you guys know when that project's dropping. Curated by
29.
Comrade Wild Wallace. Shout out to Mav's family, Adrian, and everyone else who contributed to that project as well. So yeah, moving on. What's going on, Shelly Reed in the chat? Got a lot of nice things going on real quick, man. Real big boxing night last night. Errol Spence, Ugas, also Gamboa and Cruz, forget the name. Great card last night. We got together last night, a few of us, and we watched the fight. I'll just ask this question and then we move on. Did you expect the same results? Who called the stoppage? Who called the stoppage? Didn't Stacks call the stoppage?
Yeah,
Stacks called the stoppage. Wow.
Yeah, he called that.
Wow. Shout out Big Stacks. I was talking to Big Stacks before the fight started. He said, I said, who you got? He said, Spence in the stoppage. Wow. The guy couldn't see. You know, sometimes you got to protect boxers from themselves. You know, his eye was shut, and he even said that after the fight. But he was still ready to fight, man. Shout out to Ugas for being a warrior, man. But sometimes people got to protect these guys from themselves, man. You know, you got your manhood on the line. You ain't trying to go out like no chump. You know, most of these guys that got belt, got the strap around their waist. You know, they ain't no chumps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I'm proud of Errol Spence though, man.
For a guy
After
to
all
sit,
that shit.
right, for a man to sit around and not really have a lot of fights ever since, you know, that accident. He's probably had one fight. He fought Garcia, and for him not to, you know, have any tune-up fights and to come and fight top quality, I mean, championship fights says a lot.
It's that Texas, man. That's that Texas shit, bro.
Yeah.
You
So
from Texas, right, Potty?
Yeah,
Texas?
yep. I'm back in Texas now. You know, now that I know the truth, I'm back in Texas all the time.
believer.
All right.
Get her
Alright.
done.
Down for Pop for being from Texas. All right.
Okay, how about them boys?
Hey, I want the same energy for them Cowboys, man.
I was a big Cowboy fan now.
All right.
Nah, you know I don't watch football no more, but it is what it is.
But just cheer for him anyway.
Shout
Texas.
out to
Yeah,
Pop.
I am.
Shout out to Pop for clinging on to a state.
Motherfuckers don't need no more people to cheer for him.
Only we can do that.
And then the San Antonio Spurs. That need to be your basketball team.
Yeah.
I got
I think-
Texas A&M. I got Texas Longhorn. I got all kinds of
Oh
Texas.
shit, he already prepared. Okay.
Shout out to Texas for real for being tough and the big fish.
All right. So moving on. So we expected the fight to go the way it went. Shout out to Spence. Now that Crawford Spence fight, they can go ahead and get that cracking. Spence says that's what he wants next. Bro, Crawford said, bring it on, no more talking. Nebraska going against Texas. That's going to be the fight. I think they did a great job. I wanted this fight about 3 fights ago. I wanted it right
It's
after.
even better now.
I wanted when Crawford fought Kell Brook and then Spence fought Garcia. I thought the next fight should have been that. But I applaud whoever's, you know, at the controls. But now the fight's even more spicier. Now the
Yeah.
fight's even more.
Because we know that fucking Spence can fight now. It wasn't. There's no. Well, we don't know. Let's see.
Fresh,
We
true.
see now. Like
Right.
you
Well, you
beat the
mean
brakes
evidence.
off that, bro.
Yeah, you did.
He actually looked, you know,
Go ahead.
he was a little off, you know, at the beginning, you know, because he ain't fought in a while. But I think
Yeah,
he's gonna be
that's what I
more
saw.
strong.
I was scared for him at first. Like, damn, he don't look the same. But then I guess that's what it was.
You could tell
He
he
had to get his
didn't
shit
respect
together.
his power.
Yeah,
He
shit.
did not respect his power. That's why he was in the phone.
Aaron Spence don't respect nobody power from how I watched him fight. He always been that kind of fighter, man. He just steps in there and do his work, man. He didn't do work
Right.
all day, man. He stay in the pocket and work all day until you just break down.
Yeah, you can't counter all that, man. He stayed. I mean, I know his
The
side.
hell out of
Dude was clinching onto his side before. Dude was acting like he wanted to hit him. He was grabbing his side, like, oh, like damn, bro, you need to be punching. But he clinching his, trying to grab his. You know, he kept tearing up his right side, bro.
I mean, it's just like the mistake of him fucking going at the ref for the mouthpiece, leaving his shit
Yeah,
wide
right,
open and all
right.
that. So yeah, he just gotta get back
Right.
used to everything. Once all that
He
shit
admitted it though.
settled back
Like he had
in.
no
Yeah,
excuse.
right,
had no
right,
excuse.
right.
But he-
Yeah.
He was like, that was on him. You know, he.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I probably would have did the same thing. That's why I kind of feel him on that. Reach
Yeah.
for the mouthpiece. I would have did the same shit, dog. I can
Yeah.
picture me doing that same
Right.
shit just to come out and I'm reaching for it. I
Catch
can
it.
see that.
If dude
Nah,
had power,
nah,
he could
nah.
put him down.
Now, if he'd have complained about it, like, oh, that was some bitch, then that would have looked
Yeah,
whack.
yeah, nah,
But,
right,
you know,
exactly.
but he kept it real. He was like, I'm supposed
Right.
to protect myself at all times. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, I want to move on. I do want to stick on sports real quick because it is the NBA playoffs. Last night, the Warriors against the Nuggets. The Warriors edged the Nuggets 123 to 107. Shout out to the Warriors. They're up in that series 1-0. And the Philadelphia 76ers, they edged the Raptors, score 131 to 111. Back to the Warriors and Nuggets. Is this a done deal with this, RTO? You being a Warriors fan, Do you think the Nuggets will put up a fight, or you think there's going to be a clean sweep?
Ain't gonna be no sweep. I ain't gonna do. I mean, Nuggets can play.
Yeah, Nuggets
Ain't
got a
gonna be no
squad.
sweep. Yeah,
Joker.
they just meant they don't have fucking
Murray.
Murray. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say no sweep. I have us in 6.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Warriors.
All right. I like the Warriors. The Nuggets always there. That the Marty Schottenheimer of playoff basketball.
Yeah, I mean, right.
You know,
I mean,
shining
shit, just the shit they did not last. What was that in the bubble? Was that then who did that in the bubble and they just came back like 3-4 times in a row and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They scrappy, so I ain't gonna. Yeah, they about to get their ass sweet, baby. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good series. I think it's like 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Yeah,
6
right.
or 7.
Okay.
They gonna be
All right.
great.
And we got Philly against the Raptors. Man, I don't know I don't really know a lot about the Raptors right now. I know Siakam had 24 last night, which is kind of didn't know he was really that much of a offensive threat, but I guess
Siakam,
They gotta go to him though. They
that's
pretty
all
much
they got.
Yeah,
Van Fleet 18. Yeah.
I like this
Right.
game, but I don't see them doing too much.
Yeah,
All right.
Gotta get some Sixers, man.
All right.
yeah.
So all
Fucking
right.
Go ahead,
Man.
I don't say shout out to all the young cats, bro. They put in work yesterday.
Yeah,
Hella young dudes put in work.
yeah.
Fucking like Jordan
Man,
Poole had
sometimes I-
30, Maxim had like 30
Yeah.
something. Fucking well boy name on the Timberwolves. I can't Anthony Edwards
Yeah,
had
he
like
killed it.
36. Yeah. NBA in good hands.
Is Memphis in this?
Yeah.
Yo, them does I'm looking at them right now. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hey, they just got
Shit,
they
they had a
ass beat by
highlight.
fucking.
What?
Ja Morant had a highlight. He shit on
He
somebody,
did
man.
smash on boy though. He did. He smashed on boy.
I do like him. I don't watch a lot of NBA no more. I don't like the new style,
That
but
shit
I
be
like him.
crazy. That nigga
But
Hobbs is sick,
But
man.
I like him. I like Durant.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
Ja
I mean
Morant, though.
Morant. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like him.
This
All right.
series is gonna be like very fucking dope because like Timberwolves is chippy as hell now that they got old fucking what's the name? Well, I'm blanking on his name. Dude from Chicago. He's always nagging motherfuckers all the time. He used to play for the Clippers. He's on Chicago now. I mean, he on,
Oh, Beverly.
yeah, but yeah, now that they got Pat
Yeah,
Bev,
yeah.
Got some-
they
they got
That
some
nigga
attitude.
crazy, man.
They got
like,
attitude.
they got Black Air
Yeah.
Force One energy now. So you know,
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right. Well, that's what's going on. NBA playoff is that. All right. Thanks for bearing with us when we cover a little bit of sports. So we're gonna get on to the next subject. Real quick, man. I want to talk about before we get to our topic. Well, our first topic is I want to talk about materialistic shit. Meaning like stuff that we grew up, you know, we have to have the stuff materialistic, meaning things that are not necessities but are luxuries. But in a sense, you kind of had to treat them as necessities because if you came and walked into walked into school with some rules on, you was gonna get the business. So I want to talk about materialistic things compared to back when we were coming up and compared to today. Is materialistic shit like that as important as it was back when we were coming up?
I think
Well,
it,
it is to the
Oh.
kids.
I see them
struggle.
going to school in the slides and
Yeah.
damn
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
I
anything,
don't know.
dog. They be wearing anything, right?
Yeah, but
flip flops
but-
and
yeah, but
mismatched
what I'm
I
saying-
don't
shirts
think
and
it was
pants.
like as it is. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think
but
kids getting
that's
clowned
the
for wearing
style
some wild
though.
Hold
shit.
on, we talking
I
over
mean-
each other. Go
I mean,
ahead.
but that's the style to them. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the shit to them. It's some
Well,
cheap shit, but that's their shit.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
You got because
it might be. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
now I was saying you got the ones that still do dress fly with you know what I'm saying with the crispy clothes, but then you got the
Yeah.
ones that just got that lackadaisical style and you know mismatch and slides and Crocs. I hate that shit, man.
I hate it.
They not
them
mess
them
with.
shits is ugly as hell to me. But
It seems like
that's
that
what
they
like.
not mess with though. Sorry.
Like, I don't think they're gonna get clowned for going to school.
Because
Right?
it's
Nah,
the
nah, they
style.
not.
It's the
Yeah.
style. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's the
It's-
style
yeah.
now.
It's more accepted. I give you that.
Yeah.
It kind of shows a little laziness too, like in some way. Like they just throwing on
It does.
anything
It
to
does.
kind of go to school. So it kind of shows structure, like a breakdown in structure as well. It don't have to be what everybody wearing, but just to go to school like you're about to go to bed, it kind of
Right.
make you look like you're not preparing yourself to go
I
out there.
agree.
You gotta do. You're not presenting yourself as marketing in some way. You just basically
I
just like
agree.
sitting up in the room and eating a bag of chips, and who cares? That's basically what they look like.
Yeah.
You know what?
But it's like shit is dumbed down, basically.
I
Just
agree
like
with you.
their music is dumbed down.
I'll say
It's
this.
just- it's a different era, different frequency. That's all
You
that
remember?
is.
You remember when we were kind of brand oriented, where we had to have like you remember
Name
the Tigers
brand,
on the
yeah.
shirt,
Yeah, you
But
had that.
now-
Your shit.
right? These days you could have someone. Hey, my man RTO makes his own line of T-shirts and shit, and I'm rocking that. But I got the
Yeah.
matching snapback to go with it. I'm fly right
Right.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I think we kind of got more of these days is a little bit more acceptable for you to go outside the grain and not be particularly branded all the time.
Unified.
Hey, bro, I remember I was at Subway and I had like an Adidas fit on, and these little niggas tried to clown me for matching, like completely matching. Niggas I had the shoes and everything. Like, this nigga got the whole fit. Like, nigga, what the fuck's wrong with that? Nigga, you right there, like, niggas.
That's where we come from, though, man. We gotta
Like,
work.
nigga,
So he mashing too much.
Yeah, man.
Yo, hold up. What you say? He said he tried to match. What you say?
yeah, he got the whole fit. Like,
Oh,
he's
fit.
I'm like, yeah, like, and like, what the fuck? What's wrong
I
with
ain't
that?
gonna lie, I'm not a fan of that either, but that's your own. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna diss nobody now, but I'm not a fan of like completely maxing out with the matching thing
Yeah.
myself.
I think that's lovely.
If you had like a fucking tracksuit or whatever,
All right.
you ain't
You gotta
gonna,
get
you
the
gonna wear a
Adidas,
whole, you
man.
gonna have a whole Adidas tracksuit with some Jordans on.
Nah,
You
you
wanna try
gotta
to
get
get
some
some
fucking.
You might ride though.
Now that's
Yeah.
different. That's different, man.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. Like that's sacrilegious, man. To have all Adidas on with some Jordans, yo. Like, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
I've seen that though. I'm like, what's going
I'd
on?
do some shit like that quick. I would. I ain't even
The
gonna lie.
only thing you can run with any of that is boots. Boots is the only thing that can
Yeah.
be universal.
yeah,
with
that's
anything.
boots though, right?
I mean,
I understand what you're saying. It kind of don't fit, but yeah, I know.
And
You
I
can't
also-
rock on the sneakers though. You're right about
I'm
that.
gonna do it. I'm gonna go all the way.
Right.
Going all out.
Coordinate.
Right.
Time Witherspoon
Coordinate.
said Coordinate. man.
Exactly. Shit.
You trying to get the socks going, and you know what I mean, the shoes.
Right.
But I don't like to match. Like I'm a pretty neutral guy when it comes to sneakers. I either got a white pair, black and white, black and gray, or red for some reason. But all them little pastel colors and the shirts matching, I can't do that, man. It's just too much, man.
Yeah, I don't like.
I
the
can't
soft
either,
colors.
yo.
I don't like the soft colors.
Right.
I don't like because these kids be buying real colorful sneakers.
Right.
Like
Fuchsia, lavender, and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
And wear
It's
some
like you-
sweatpants that sweat with smiley faces on them and all kinds of
yeah, nah, I can't. Nah.
Motherfucker
I
got
That's
think
for younger
color, but
people.
it don't need to be. If it's gonna have like color, it need to have like say black and like fucking like you said fuchsia. Well, not I ain't gonna say fuchsia. Fuck that. Fucking like aquamarine or some shit like that. It had to be like black and two solid
Right.
colors. I can't have like one be aquamarine and then fuchsia, then pink, then
Yeah.
purple, then
Yo,
red. all-
and they do
nah.
that, and it's like that don't go with everything. So you got to buy
Right.
certain shirts and
Right.
certain
Right, your
shit
shirt
to
gonna
match
be
it.
white than a motherfucker like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Shy, our boy Shy. I don't know if you listen to Shy, but Shy do that. Shy buy some sneakers for
But
two
Shy
occasions.
look like a kid though, so he
Right.
can get away with that.
Right.
More than I can get
Shout
away with
out
that.
to
Niggas
Shy.
look
Yeah,
at me like, yo, nigga.
Shout
Yeah.
out to like a kid.
Yeah.
He said, shut up, just shut up.
Now Shy do that. Shy buy some shit and wear it 2-3 times, and shit, you know. But that's just who
I'm
he
not
is.
buying
That's
a shirt for a pair of sneakers for a T-shirt, bro. I can't do it, bro. It's gonna
I
have to do
can't
with
either.
a few other outfits, man.
I'm kind of plain. Yeah, I just wear these black sneakers. They're gonna go
I
with.
could do a little color. It has to be a spot. I can't do no whole color.
Whole color,
t-shirt.
right? You gotta have
Oh
like,
shit, Rick's got the
little
whole
bit of
tail
image
get up.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's like I can't rock the orange.
I stand out
sweatshirt, like
anyway.
rock the orange stripe or something.
So I can't have all these colors, nigga. I look like a clown, man. I'm good.
I ain't gonna front, Ricks. You brought the Dickie outfit to the East Coast, my G.
Oh shit, that was
That
my
shit
shit.
look
Hey,
crazy.
you out here with
That was my
the
shit,
Shout out to
nigga. I
Rick.
had every color, nigga.
Shout out to Ricks for the Dickies, dog. Word up.
I was
you had me
one of the
wearing
first. I
Dickies,
ain't
bro.
gonna say I started it, but I definitely was one of the first, man.
Yeah, man, because that's a big thing to say you started it.
Nah, man,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
don't
with the
understand.
shorts.
Ricks made it fashionable though. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah.
man. up.
That's some shit that RTO could respect being out there from Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, well, because it's Oakland, so we didn't really fuck with.
Oh, y'all didn't do
Dickies
it in
like that.
Oakland? Okay.
That was LA shit.
Yeah, LA. Yeah.
Okay.
Some niggas wore it, but it wasn't.
I thought it was
like-
the same as far as that. So
Yeah,
so there's a lot of big
nah,
differences
like,
between
more-
the Bay.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Bay Area, man.
Oh, like a motherfucker.
I know the
yeah,
music a
night
little
and day.
different, but I didn't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's night and day.
clothes, all that
Yeah,
shit.
culture, bro.
Okay.
You might as well
Like-
be in other states.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I would say more Hispanics would be rocking Dickies and shit out here. That would be more they shit. But blacks wearing like fucking Carhartts and Dickies and shit like that, nah. You really see that too much. Like so it's on some short shit. That's about it.
Yeah, I ain't
But
do the
LA,
shows.
for
I
instance,
couldn't
that's
do the
something totally
shows. I ain't
Nah,
let my
nah,
leg
nah,
back
That
like
gets
Nah,
a little
nah, the
weird
short-
with the shorts, dog.
Yeah, they do the shorts and look funny as hell now. Yeah.
Shit, man, I still can't do shorts to this day. I still don't do shorts.
I don't wear them
Me a
either.
nice
I only wear
black-
them in the
I had a
house.
I had a blue shirt. I think I had a blue set, but the other ones I rocked the shirts. When, oh man,
I remember that, though. I remember those days, though. Dickies wasn't shit, man.
Yeah.
Ricks had the whole fucking.
Good,
God
good
damn.
time with the Dickies, man. Yeah.
Dickies, remember
But-
we
but
was
I
rocking
feel-
Davis and shit.
Right. Although I feel that these new generation, they are kind of like robots. In a sense, they do have kind of, in some aspect, they have their own individual.
Exactly. We were more robots than they were when it come down to fashion, if you think about
Right.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You think so?
So
We all had to have Timbs. We all had to have. You had to have.
Yeah, they're
certain-
more. They do have more freedom because there's a whole bunch of more styles out there now, a whole
Yeah.
different more brands out there now. So
match the
You
personality.
didn't have to worry about getting clowned for wearing some wild shit.
Yeah.
You, had
You
to,
couldn't
you
do
didn't
that
want to
back
get
in the
clowned.
day.
You got the same shit everyone else was fucking with.
right. Yep.
Yo, you couldn't step in our school system like they step into school today. You couldn't come to you.
Yeah, no.
You'll stay
Man,
home.
imagine going to
Stay the
school
fuck
wearing some
home,
Crocs or
dog.
some shit like that.
Right.
Nah,
Right.
I
So
couldn't do
you'd
that
have been,
shit.
oh man, you
Crocodile
would have,
Dundee foot looking at me. No, you ain't about to be out here with that shit.
man, you would have went to the
I'm
nurse talking about you sick to go home, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't even come around y'all niggas when I had my boots until I got hyped. You remember those cowboy boots I had?
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
Oh, yo,
You went to
I
school with some cowboy
remember-
boots,
like
bro.
freedom
Oh
niggas
yeah.
today.
I remember,
you
Pa,
got
you
it
had
that
these
day.
boots, bro. You had these Brahma
Yeah.
boots. And you put gun oil on them and try to change the texture of that shit. I don't know how I
That's
ended up with them.
hilarious.
Damn.
Don't ask me how I ended up with your boots, though. I was
Yeah,
Oh, that nigga ended up rocking them.
Yeah.
He liked it.
Yeah,
Hey,
spurs
I
on
remember
them.
all those
You
days
like
when I'm dressed like that. I was like, you know what? I ain't even going around them niggas like this. I'm gonna just do my
Hey,
own.
yo, you did. But, bro, you had that one pair of boots. You had me shopping at Aldo's, bro. You had me in Aldo's. Those boots was hype, though. But
Yo, man, I got some dope Aldos in the house, man.
remember
I got some
Aldo's.
dope Aldos, man. I got all
I had
kinds
a-
of shit.
I
I
had
got
a
like
nice,
30 pairs of boots, dog. 30
I
pairs.
had
of
I
some-
thought they made shoes, man. I thought they made shoes.
man. They had. I bought a nice pair of little platforms from there, man. Back when 70s party and shit, man. That shit was. It was all
I
brown.
got a black pair of those too. The ones that I was wearing. I got a new
What the
black pair. I
fuck
got
was
one.
we thinking, Pot?
Huh?
We was on some shit.
Oh no, pot shit rubbed off on you. He got you.
That's
Yeah.
that cowboy shit.
That's what that
Pot-
was.
pot-
That's
That's that
Texas.
Texas shit.
Pot
That
got you.
Texas shit, dog.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's from
Texas.
Texas. I forgot. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, okay.
Dog, y'all gotta
My
gotta
bad,
know that,
dog.
What
man.
you know about?
Oh,
the
this nigga
Texas
done-
boys.
Then had a reawakening with Texas now.
Right.
Yeah,
Nah,
that
man,
nigga said- that nigga said he from
I-
Texas.
I thought he was from
I
Atlanta in the
just-
90s.
I just get my roots, man. As, when you start learning your roots and start saying, why do you like so many different things and stuff like that? Then you learning about your father and what he was good at and all that shit. Then you start coming together like, why are you so good at certain things? You know what I mean? So
Pot's having a.
just gotta put it
Yeah.
all together, man. I'm a
You good
fucking
at
Texas.
Texas.
Right,
Yeah, you
good
good
at
at Texas, man.
They
All right,
like to
so-
race cars. They like, you know what I mean? Like everything I like to do that they do in Texas. I wish I lived in Texas now, dog. All that shit I like, they
If you
do
come
it in
with that
Texas.
bullshit, they will throw your ass in jail, bro.
What?
Like a
You'll
motherfucker.
frame you for murder. Put your ass. You kill anybody. You're getting a needle, boy.
Coming to Texas.
Yeah, I don't mess with
I
Texas.
don't know. I
What's
heard
it
Texas
called?
on its own thing.
Texas get you. You say me and you chilling in Texas, and I end up pulling some iron out and killing somebody, and you with me. You going to the death penalty too, because law party.
Probably, man. They do that shit here too, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
Not-
That's everywhere.
No law. That's not law parties. Texas is the only state that got law parties, man. Check out law parties.
Texas was considered what, the lone state. They had their own shit at one point, right?
Yeah,
like,
they still do.
But
But
out
they're
That's
there.
not. They're
all
not a
right.
commonwealth
All that
though.
shit.
They're not a commonwealth like Virginia or Kentucky or Pennsylvania. They, but Texas, bro, you.
They don't
Texas
got those rules like your cars and stuff. You can soup your cars up, do whatever the fuck you want in Texas, dog. That's why they like racing and drag racing out there and all that shit, man.
Okay.
All that
let me
shit
tell you what.
is relevant out there.
I'll tell you what, it's hot
They
as fuck.
do
out
that.
there.
They do that, but there's no smog. There's no hard smog requirements out there. Unlike here, like our shit's ridiculous. So we can't
Emissions?
just-
Yeah.
emissions,
We don't got that
exactly.
out here neither. You don't even need an inspection sticker out here.
Yeah, Florida.
that shit
Yeah,
out
you
there.
know, yeah, Florida and Texas.
I
Man,
got
y'all
that now,
lucky,
nigga.
man. Y'all what the fuck y'all want then, huh? For real?
I seen boom buggies on the road down here and everything.
Yeah, nigga. If I wanted to put a 1970 diesel engine in a 2022 Mustang, I could do that in Florida.
Yep.
Yo, you lucky because I was doing that shit all day if I had that kind of freedom, man. I would
only
have turned this
place-
bitch into a race car a long time ago.
Hey, Pot, the only place you got to get a sticker if you live in Miami. That's the only spot you got to get inspection. But anything besides that, you can put. I didn't seen doom buggies on the road down here. I didn't seen all kind of stuff going on down here.
Yeah, they don't give 2 fucks out there.
Oh, and you got
That's great, man. Those are the states you're supposed to live in, man.
man, Jersey, bro. You got to check engine light. Don't even take it to the inspection center.
Yeah,
It
they be hustling, man. They want money from you.
That's me right now. I gotta check it. Like, you know, my birthday passed. I'm riding dirty now.
Hey, a happy belated birthday to you.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, man.
birthday.
I'll ride dirty now, but dude's supposed to come put my oxygen sensor on tomorrow. It's saying it
O2
needs an
sensor.
oxygen
That's
sensor.
usually.
It's always an
That
O2
fix,
sensor,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Always an
Yeah.
O2 sensor.
When I
The
had
Honda,
20
anything
Mass
with
airflow
Honda,
sensor.
Honda is always that. Go ahead.
I got Lexus, but that shit is on
You
No,
could
it's the
have
same
a mass
shit, man.
airflow
Toyota.
sensor. Them shit's always
Shout out to
on.
Coop for having a Lexus.
Yeah,
You had to put that out there. Let
they put
everybody
that
know.
out there.
He in
Lexus.
Lex.
All right, I ain't never had no luxury car. I'll be afraid of the maintenance on that motherfucker.
It ain't
No.
high.
Nigga, you have
Texas ain't that bad because
It ain't high. They tell you that, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Unless you got a
Texas,
BMW or something.
unless you go to the like actual
Yeah.
dealership to get your shit done. But unless you can go to Craig and get them parts because it's all Toyota.
Man,
Exactly.
I took my car to get an oil change. I had my Honda, and I just got it. I just wanted an oil change. I go to the service center. I see the service center all laid out. Like, man, it's some state of the art stuff. So I dropped my car off. They gave me a little shuttle to Walmart. Guy calls me up. Hey, Mr. Sowell. Yeah, man. You're gonna need brakes. Looks like your rear end starting to. I'm like, man, I want my oil.
Oh, they all
change,
do
bro.
that.
I
Yeah,
just bought this
yeah.
car, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with this car, man. Like, yo, we've changed my oil. They were trying to.
Oh, you dropped it off to him? You
Yeah,
dropped
well,
it
Yeah,
off
that's the
to-
worst. That's the
Well,
worst.
That's
I
wild.
wanted it was an oil change, man, because it's crazy to get oil change with that car for some reason. But he called me up
probably-
saying, "Yeah, Mr. Swole, we got the rear end. That's starting to go. You might want to start looking at new brakes, calipers. Like, I can do it all for $659. Like, man, you give me my 69 coupon that I got and change my oil, man, and let me know when y'all done. I come get it.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you know it's funny though when the mechanic come out when you sitting in there waiting for your car to get done like an oil change, and the mechanic come out to the fucking desk guy and he started talking like, you need
Shut
this,
up.
yo. I saw a nigga walk out about my car like last time I was in there. I was like, man, I don't want to hear this shit. This nigga
I
about to
hate
tell
that.
me car, man.
And my daughter went to change the car oil in the car. She called me up, Dad. I just come to get his oil change. The guy telling me I need windshield wipers and blades and everything. I said, stick to the oil change. I said, you gotta stick to your gun. Tell me you just want an oil change. I'll get someone else. to
Especially
fix it."
women.
They try to
Especially
rip her
women.
off, bro. And I
Yeah,
told
they
her
try-
before she
They
went,
try to kill
they're
females.
gonna try to rip you off. You tell them you want
Yeah.
this oil change and nothing else. 'Cause they will tell you
Right.
anything. He said the engine broke. He said they need to take the engine in and out. All right,
Yeah.
mom. Shout out to my moms in the chat. Happy Easter, moms. She cooked
yeah,
a lot
she
of
did.
food.
Okay.
Too bad you're not here. Yeah, I wish.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Like that dude, yeah, trying to sell us that car with no engine in it. That shit, I never forget that.
oh yeah, me and Pot one time went to this car dealer. You know, we're looking for a car. So it was this Arab guy there. I said, "What's up with this?" Man, I said, "Good car, needs engine though." Good car, good running car.
Oh, damn.
That's a good car, but it need an engine. Come
Said
on.
car-
Man.
It ain't even have an engine in it, dog. He said he'll put the engine in. Engine in it, dog.
Damn,
This car over here, high mileage, needs transmission. We'll get transmission in it for you.
come on, man. What type of shit is that?
He ain't had nothing that worked on that lot, bro. He might as well. He was do a favor. I killed him.
That's funny.
That's over
That's
there by the.
something.
Go ahead. Huh? Yeah.
That's sucker shit, man. That's just sucker shit right there, man.
Right. But you know, with us as men, you know, we don't want to. We go to a spot. We want to. You know, we already feeling like they're gonna try to get over on us, right? You know.
Right.
So we always got our guns. You know, we stick to our guns. But with women, bro, it's just like a man. They gonna try to see all that stuff is a scam, man, out there. You know, that's why they say get 2 or 3 opinions on stuff, man, before you know, and pick the one in the middle.
Yeah, but they do the same thing with, you know what? Even with when you read about, I know we're going to a different category, but even with vegetables and shit like that, you notice that when you reading about vegetables, you'll find something bad about the vegetable, right? But at the same time, they have an alternative in a supplement. And it goes to show you, like, so you trying to stop me from, you're trying to tell me that this vegetable is bad for me, but you're gonna sell me the stuff that I need from the vegetable in a supplement.
Oh, hold on.
That's what
Oh, I got you. So let me ask the panel: what vegetables are not good for you?
Right.
Like me. What
they
vegetables
say.
are not good
They
for
say
you?
spinach is not good for you. It's
What?
bad for your testosterone. They this and that, and you know they just say all these vegetables are bad.
I always thought spinach was top
They
notch.
say spinach is protein and everything. They say.
Yeah,
But,
but this is
got a
what
little
I'm
iron
saying,
or
though.
something.
Yeah. So when you read about it, the motherfuckers that try to diss it, they'll have a supplement to replace it. That's how you know it's bullshit. Like, but if you want all the
Bullshit, you
nutrients-
can't see that, brother.
that brother.
So we have a supplement. We recommend these supplements
Okay,
to give you what the vegetable's supposed
I
to
got
give
what
you.
you're saying. All right, guys. I want to go ahead.
Yeah,
and
but,
shift.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, but okay, but
Finish
just to
off, man.
piggyback on that, I know Dr. Sabi used to say that broccoli is hybrid. That's what he used to say. He
What do
said,
you mean hybrid?
and this is Sabi supposed to
It's
be
not
though.
real.
I don't know.
It's
He
like
says it's not real. He said they created it.
Sliced the
Sabi.
jeans and did something.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
Sabi
whatever
said.
they-
If you
But
think
a lot of
about it-
people say they do
GMO.
good with broccoli. Like a lot of people say they, you know, they got
Right.
their body right, got their health right. So that's
Go
what
ahead,
this
RTO. What
nigga
you gonna
said.
say, brother?
I'm saying GMO,
So
Yeah.
if you do eat a piece of
genetically
broccoli,
modified.
right? Broccoli do seem like something that ain't, you know, this the texture of it. It just, man, if I could get my hands on something else that has that kind of texture to it, I'd be in fucking
Cauliflower.
vegetable heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
Man, I eat
gas.
so much whatchamacallit
Okay.
now, spinach and kale, man. I eat like a pound of that shit.
I like
a day.
kale too, man.
Well,
I eat a
Kale
lot.
got a lot of props though. Kale's supposed to be the shit.
Yeah.
Kale.
Man, I eat like a whole, like, I mean, I eat damn near one big bag of kale I eat in one day. I cook it up and eat it with like
Man.
6,
You put
7
onions
eggs.
in your stuff, kind of sauteed with onions.
Now I don't put no more, like, I'm kind of getting away from salts and stuff like that. I just kind of like use like fats, like avocado oils and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, kind
avocado
of
oil
shit
is
like
good.
that, yo. So
All
I'm
right.
trying to get away from all the salty shit and
We're gonna save the health stuff for another topic, but
yeah, I hear you.
let's get on to our main topic. Topic is I want you to define the moments in your life that made you the man you are today. Defining moments in your life that made you the man you are today. I'll start with mine. Mine's is the birth of my son. That defined me. Before that, I was just lost out here, and I think once my kid was born, I think that was a defining moment in my life. Anybody want to join in?
I'll go. My defining moment is yet to come. I say that because I get my son
Mm.
for the next couple of years. So
Wow.
that's, you know, I never had him just, you know, just me. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be a good challenge, but a good challenge.
Right.
So that's gonna, what I do with that is gonna, you know, I feel it's gonna make me, you know, a better man.
Right, because now it's like, you know, you can flock your sheep from afar, but now you're gonna have the sheep in the stable.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely a different shout out. Props to you for that. Shout out to you for that, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope though.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. So I'm
Straight
gonna
up.
that's gonna yeah, when I that's gonna see where I'm at.
That's something I wish I could have did with my kid, but my schedule wouldn't not allow me to have him. Because the plan was for when he turned 13, he was gonna come stay with me. But he had a life where he was at playing ball and Boy Scouts and all that stuff. And he'd have stayed with me, I wouldn't have been able to be there and make sure he was, be a part of that shit. I just he was sitting playing video games and getting to stuff outside of the house that he shouldn't be getting into. So I kind of sacrificed that, and I had to think I didn't want to be selfish neither. So that, but but then on the other token, I wish I could have did that because even though I felt I was going to be selfish, but he's probably needed me to be a little bit more closer to him.
Yeah.
So I give you props for that, bro.
My son, I appreciate that. My son basically that's his decision he made on his own.
Right.
And that's what's bugging me out about it.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I know from the situations I heard, like normally, kids want to go with their mother.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to ask to come with me, you know what I mean? I feel like I have to be headed in the right direction.
Well, yeah. Straight up.
Yeah, but they be needing their father, man. Especially,
Oh yeah.
especially young boys, like even the ones that love their mother, living with their mother, they still be wanting that father presence.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it. I've seen that plenty of
He gets
times. Like
that.
they
Nigga, I'm a product of that, and you a product of that too, nigga. So
Yeah. Well, not necessarily because he was there. I kind of left my father. You remember he was there. You know what I'm saying? I left.
You left him?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
it's a
know
little
you. You're
different.
the first kid who left his parent. Damn,
bro.
Yeah, because he moved me down south and he just changed everything and he wasn't prepared to watch me. My father was drinking and doing, it just wasn't the right time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his heart was in the right place, but what I'm saying, it wasn't right. But so I can't say that about him. He wanted me there, so I can't. Really
it's
say
not
that.
him personally. I'm just saying, but like you really wasn't raised.
Listen,
99%.
let me say
I mean,
this,
just
bro.
in general. Okay, just yeah.
Even if he wasn't prepared, he still wanted to. What father didn't want to be with his around his seed, even though he wasn't ready. You know what I mean? He still wanted you around. So man,
he wanted me there. He definitely didn't want that.
Straight up. But
Damn, man, you're the first person I heard that walked out. Damn.
Yeah.
But mine, I never got a chance, so I never had a defining moment. I'm still searching for who I am. So I do what I gotta do, but I still haven't had nothing to do. I haven't had that. I still haven't felt that yet. So I'm still searching for that. I'm still on that journey.
That's me too. I'm still searching.
Before we go on, Shelly Reed says in the chat, she says getting married. So explain to me how did that defining moment change you? How did it change for the better? You getting married? Did that make you say, "Hey, I'm married now. I gotta stay on the straight and narrow as far as being a good wife, a good helpmate, and all that good stuff"? Was that your defining moment? And on top of what you guys were saying about as far as the fathers and stuff being in their lives and stuff, like, but Pop, you know what? Do you look at it as I want to change that cycle with my kids? Meaning I didn't have my father.
Well, I never got a chance to actually play his part. You know what I mean? Like, how the day to day is everybody so easy to separate and depend on child support and all that to just take your place. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of hard. I don't even know how that feels, bro. I don't even know how it feels to actually be a 99% father. I know what it is to be a part-time father and all that sometimes here and there. So I really can't say how good of a father I really would be. You know what I mean? I really don't know because I'm used to being by myself still to this fucking day.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this going, I give my son a month or two with you. I mean, that's probably as long as I had him, but this is going to be the challenge. It's going to make me, make me define me. I think define, the father, what type of father I am, and all that.
True.
Oh, that's real shit.
I mean, I guess one good accomplishment I could say I did help raise kids though, because I was married at one point, and when I got with her, the kids was like 3 and 4, and pretty much I raised them. Yeah, so I guess I could put that in there. You know what I'm saying? Along with my daughter. They kind of grew up like brothers and sisters. So, yeah, I could throw that in there. I did that, but I still feel like, but I still feel like I still feel like Pot. I'm still finding it. Like I still don't feel like that was defined. Maybe it was to some people, but
But
I
they
still
don't
feel like-
realize, Kareem, like women, like they get a chance to raise these kids and watch them grow.
Yeah.
And it's like men, a lot of men, we gotta look at this. A lot of men has suffered, but never had a chance to actually raise their kids. They
Yeah.
give the woman so much power with the kids that they get all the benefits of having a kid. They get the money from you. They have the kid. They have all this stuff. And the man is still treated like dirt. Yeah, men go through a lot, man. A lot of men lives will, you know, it was wasted on love. You know what I mean? A lot of men, you know, this is how I always looked at it. Before a man get involved with a woman or have kids with a woman, really, you got to get on a grind and have your shit together first before you start thinking about love and you know, being married and you can't
Yeah,
do
you
all this
should.
before that.
You
You know what I
should.
mean? You
You
can't
should,
do that. You
yeah.
got to get it all first so you can, you know,
Yeah.
keep that passion going to where you got to go. And then the right stuff will fall in place for you. But when you trying to create that place, like at the beginning, like you don't know what love is. You don't know what this is. And a lot of men lives are wasted from putting time into something that wasn't going to actually be there. It wasn't really structured. You know what I mean? So
Hey, let-
you
let
suffer
me
at
pick-
the end of the day.
Let me piggyback off that. And when we're talking about the defining moments in your life, and I've seen it, man. When I actually went to the military, there was when I got in there, I was 18 years old. There was other 18-year-olds from like Arkansas, Oregon, all around the country that were married and or they were married and they had a stepkid. And you know, a lot of those guys got divorced because they got there, they brought the family over, they went in the field, and their so-called wife went out to the clubs and stepped out. You came back and found out that his wife was cheating on him. She didn't got rid of the baby, which he don't know was his. A lot of men I see try to solidify them as men, accept things and try to make the relationships seem like to work when they're not actually the ideal relationships or not that right person. Like, you know, in a sense, trying to turn someone into a housewife that's not meant to be a housewife. You know what I'm trying to say? I've seen
Like
a
Will
lot-
Smith.
a lot of people grow up,
Man,
a lot of
Good
people
word,
grow up
though.
too fast, and you know, and they don't take the time to find the right type of helpmate, and you know they pay for it at the
Yeah.
end. Now they got babies, a debt, child support, alimony, and stuff for some shit that never should have been, because this guy's trying
Exactly.
to he want to shave and he got hair on his face. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You don't grow. You don't grow. You get lost in this trap. Like you get in this trap, and most men, when they with women, they tend to lose their passion for their goals. Now their new
Yeah.
passion becomes
Yep.
the relationship, like trying to
Yep.
make her happy, trying to be there
Yep.
for
Yep.
her.
Yeah.
You know, trying to do all this, and then she dump your ass, and then you ain't got shit. That's usually the
Yep.
case. You put all your time in there, like
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
wanna waste no more.
Hey,
I don't stay in shape no more. I don't
that's
do this.
that's
I don't do
real
that.
shit.
I'm just trying to make her feel the best I can make her feel and be the best man for her. And then she
Yeah.
walk away maybe 10 years later or something, and then you mentally all fucked up.
Nah, you you said it. You said it.
Hey,
That's how I go down.
Yep. So you do that first. You get your grind first. You know, you get your shit together first before you think about commitment. Commitment is the last thing a man need to be thinking about as a young man.
Yeah,
Commitment is
sure.
the last.
I can't,
Sure.
But the thing about that, that's hard for a young man to know unless you got somebody
They don't
schooling
teach
you.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even-
that's something you gotta
even-
be taught.
listen, even if someone else is telling you and hitting you in the head,
I
with
know,
that,
right?
you back
Listen,
then, you ain't listening to that.
Right.
Come on now.
It's got a lot of power to it. You're right. Yeah, that shit got power, bro. Because I know we all been simps before. We all been caught up on some shit where we forget about the world, and that's all we thinking about is trying to make that person happy. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's you gotta actually learn, but hopefully you'll learn quick. That's the thing.
Well,
like,
well, yeah, you
picking up
definitely got to learn through experience. But you got some people that actually listen to their dads. I know people like that listen to them. That's not most people. I understand if you say it why. Most people is not. Yeah, I mean, you know, the ratio is way off. Most people don't. They gonna, you know, you got to learn on your own.
Yeah, you
even
pretty
if
much
you do
want to
listen,
take your own path.
yeah, you still
Right.
got to take your own path.
That's
So
part of-
I get what you're
part of-
saying.
right.
But yeah,
that's a dangerous path, man, because you don't understand what's really ahead of you
Yeah.
in life. It's like you don't see nothing else ahead. Like even when you get a girl pregnant, y'all both start thinking like, oh, we can do this, we can do it. You ain't thinking about all the other stuff that come with having
Yep.
this child. You only thinking about
Yep.
getting a regular job because you too
Yeah.
young her getting
Yeah.
a stand, getting a job, maybe whatever y'all, how y'all, but y'all forget about babysitters and all the other stuff that come in and come into all this weight with having a child when you don't have nothing. So
Yeah.
so it's like getting a car. You forget about how much the insurance is gonna be. You can afford the car payments, but the insurance will throw it off the back.
Yeah.
And get,
You
get
gotta,
like
the whole plan. You gotta have the whole
Yeah.
plan mapped
Yeah,
out.
and you gotta divide that time between the mate and the baby, and
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
and
It's a lot of
sometimes
work.
the mate even get jealous over the kids because you
Yeah.
showing them much more attention than you showing
Yeah.
them.
A lot of
Yep.
relationships.
So
Especially if it ain't their kids. Some of them are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got kids outside, and all of a sudden your kids come into your life, and now you try to be a father, and they jealous because they're not getting that attention,
Right.
which is fucked up because you should respect it. But that's how.
Yeah,
some people
because a
just selfish
woman,
like that.
she changes once she have a kid and she has responsibilities. She can't, cater to you like that anymore. You know what I mean? They change a little bit. That don't mean they don't love you or anything, but
Yeah.
it's just an overall way you gotta look at it, man. It's like
Yeah.
we gotta be great, man. They got the school systems. This is important. This should be in a fucking school system. You should go to class just for grooming a young person into an adult. There should be like you have to get
Home economics. See that?
They
yeah,
have to
oh
go
man,
Strudel
they,
and
te- they teach you how to sew and
Yeah.
cook.
So and cook and shit.
but you know what I mean? They don't teach you the stuff that you need to become successful.
Yeah, they don't.
They'll teach you all the other shit. Yeah, the world is this, and you gotta do this and that, but they don't teach you the foundation of being able to strengthen yourself. Like it's a foundation that gotta be
It's
built
called
first before
parenting
you
and
go out
shit,
to
man.
that.
And parents supposed to do all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
They supposed to, I'm supposed to teach my son how to shave and shit if he does. And I mean, you
Now,
can't.
I'm not talking about shaving, but I'm talking about like stuff like, if you're being groomed to survive in this world, then the first thing,
Okay, you mean grooming? I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying, but when you first like school, they don't teach you the things because love is a very important thing because they always trying to throw it out there anyway. Everything is sex, money, and drugs. However you look at it, everything is sex, fame, everything is out there for these kids to look at it, but they're not being taught like to build a foundation before they can start seeking
Right.
all of that.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask the
I see
panel a
what you're
question.
saying.
How many of us, when we were 18, 19, listened to some real?
No, that's why you need school. That's why school
How
is
many of
important.
us listen to
School
real
should do it.
reason? Like,
Huh?
I had the thing. This is my journey. I'm gonna go through it. Thanks for the advice and all that, but I'm gonna do it myself. Don't do it, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow up in your face. You're gonna be wishing you didn't do it. I'm like,
Because parents, yeah, go ahead.
I'm good.
Because parents, we don't, we listen to our parents, but we don't. There's a different, it's different when your parents is telling you something than something that you are learning in school because you go to school to learn. As a kid, this is a place where you got to be to pay attention. When you home, it's a little different with the back and forth conversations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like you can override your parents' things that they say to you.
Shit.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, my mom's, the things that she said to me weren't critical things. It was more like, it was just the exterior stuff. Like, it just wasn't the critical step by step to do what you needed to do
Either the
to be
manual.
successful. And the schools are responsible for that. The critical
I
part,
don't think the school
like,
is responsible. You can't
teaching
be
the
there
kids
to school.
that bad credit, all that stuff because this is the world, like we was talking about with credit and all that stuff.
We talking about that, yeah. Oh, yeah. We had that discussion that they should teach that. Yeah, they
Yeah,
should.
financial, part of financial.
About none of
Yeah.
that shit. You find out when you get out. after you
Economics.
step out
That's
with credit
called
card.
financial literacy. They
Oh,
should teach that at school.
Yeah.
All that other shit your parents supposed to teach you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but kids and parents relationships, they're like, you can have some kids that listen or not, but majority of the world today, kids do not really listen to their parents.
Well, you might want to just
So you
speak
put them in
about
an environment where they have
American
to-
kids. Chinese
environment
kids,
where they gotta
their
get up
parents
in the
don't play
morning.
that shit. You got
Yeah,
some
he right.
Asians.
Yeah.
They kids, they listen to their parents. So
yeah, he right. Yeah.
American
I think
kids
it believes
are
on
spoiled.
Yeah,
I think
you
it all
gotta
boils
give them
down to
more.
what type of parent you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it really boiled down to. Yeah.
Huh?
It's still hard, man. I think you should wake up in the morning to these responsibilities as a growing child. It should be just like we do like we got to go to work in the morning. All this should be worked into you, not recreational. Like
let's be honest, let's be honest, Pop. How many teachers you got in here that feel like they're underpaid and they're just there to get in and get out? How many teachers you
That's
really?
true too.
I mean, there's only probably a handful of teachers that really give a shit about these kids, man. You know, they probably they're underpaid. You know, they're feeling like they're wronged, and these kids are probably coming in not, half of them have raised, and like Dre said, they spoil. You know, teachers.
Yeah, but that's the system supposed to make them. Like, they lock us up for going to jail. They get us for everything else. Why not be able to set up some shit to make these kids more efficient? What's the problem with them waking up in the morning?
I'm gonna tell y'all what the fucking
efficient?
problem is. The problem is living in a country, and this is gonna sound a little it's gonna sound a little crazy, but freedom is our problem. You look at China, it's a communist country. Their government, and I'm not rooting for China and all that type of shit.
I already know where you go. I know where you
But
go.
I'm gonna tell you something. When you have a country where there is focused and structured agenda from the top down throughout society, you have a more efficient working machine when it comes to producing excellence. They don't play that shit because the government don't play that shit. So in the schools, the government runs the school. The government is saying, look, this is the type of citizens that we want to create and put out into the world to dominate this shit. This is the only way we're going to be able to dominate. So we got to have a plan and a system in place where it looks like it's really restrictive and controlling, but it's like going into the military. You are trained to do a particular task to the top efficiency of your level. You can't go off and do your own shit. You got to execute exactly the way you were trained. And this is how you become a superb machine with completing whatever the agenda is. And if you want to take over the world or be at the top of the food chain, far as economics is concerned and money is concerned and finance is concerned, you got to be producing those type of minds. Our country is the freedom place where you could do what the fuck you want to do. So there is no focused intent on creating excellence. The only person that's responsible for that in this country is you. So it goes back to what Rick said. If the household is a structured environment, no frills, don't take no bullshit, producing a structured, lasered mind to go out and achieve some great shit, then that's what that house is going to produce.
Right.
But this country in the school system, it's a fucking buffet style learning system. You can either go to school and sit around and pick your nose and eat boogers, or you can go there and learn. It's your choice.
And that's sad because the kids shouldn't have to have a choice. Because if you think about it, even with lions and all that, when they kids are like strong enough to walk, they take them out hunting. Like, watch me hunt and do this shit.
Yeah, they learn it.
Right. I mean, so it's like we don't, like you said, we don't have that system. We gotta, we actually read about it. It's like you more just reading about it, if anything, you know what I mean? But you're not getting no hands-on experience or, so it's like they're judged by survival. Like they got to take them cubs out and watch what's going on. They don't let them stay home and they grown ass lions and they still going out hunting for them and then bringing back food to them.
But you got to, but one of the things you got to understand about animals, man, they're operating off their instinct. We have consciousness and intelligence. So our shit has a whole bunch of different variables that may come into play. I could decide tomorrow, you know what? I only want to be a productive citizen no more. I'm going to go live under the bridge. That's my choice. Fuck everybody. I'm out.
Right.
It is what it is. But you got whole cultures that they don't play that shit. This is why you take some African nations, a lot of their women make a higher degree of a better wife because from childbirth up until their teenage years, all the way up to, they're trained to be that. Yeah. There is no outside bullshit coming in, creating different variables. That's it. Here we got social media, we got young parents, we got young parents having kids, and then they not raising their kids because they kids. This shit is all crazy. So look where we at. Yeah.
Structure's
buffet
all
style.
messed up, man.
It's
Structure
But why
buffet
should
style.
that be blamed? Like, so why should a bad parent be responsible for a young youth? That's what I'm saying. Like, don't you think it should be a system that can still at least be there for the kids, so when they grow up, they can be structural instead of letting that kid depend on a parent that's not even.
Well, I mean,
Parent,
it's pretty much what he's saying. It's just, and that's what I was gonna say before he even said all that. But yeah, it's the system we in. It's different, man. It's
like
not
they
the
want that,
teachers.
brother.
It is not the teacher's job. The teacher's job is to teach you whatever teacher they are. English, they're supposed to teach you English. Math, they're supposed to teach you math because that's just the way the system is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in them other countries, like he's saying, they have shit in place, certain to give you a certain mind state and how to do shit.
Indians.
So the problem is
Chinese,
here.
Koreans,
It's just
And they
And all that
monitor.
cheating
They
shit,
monitor
don't play
everything.
with.
They
They
monitor
don't play with
everything.
that cheating
So
shit
your
and
kid
all
ain't
that.
gonna be sitting on social media all day in some of these countries and these
Yeah.
places because they control that shit. They
Right.
filter out what's coming in and what's not.
Just shut the internet down on your ass.
Yeah. They
Ain't
don't
no
play
internet today.
You can't watch YouTube in certain countries. Why
Yeah.
do you think that is?
because they understand what it does to the mind. We the only ones, but in our defense, I'm gonna say this, and I'm going on a whole nother level with this shit. But we're having a conversation about, the woes of where we are in the world. But the bottom line is, we were placed in America spiritually, born here, because there's a particular job we have to do in this aspect of the universe. You could have been born in Iraq, you could have incarnated in Haiti, you could have incarnated in China. No, we were sent to America. This was our assignment. So we were sent here to do a fucking job. Even though we having a conversation about how it is and why it can't be this or that, it ain't supposed to be this or that. We were assigned this post and we got a job to do while we're here. That's why when sometimes people say, well, shit gets bad, I'm just going to leave the country. Lead a country for what? Because if your assignment was to be here, then you obviously got a job to do here, and it's bigger than a motherfucker's ego. It's more or less what your spiritual assignment was when you incarnated to this motherfucker. You were sent to America. America's supposed to be the greatest country on earth, right? To a degree, I would say yes, but you got to understand the cycle we're in right now. If displaced Africans, and we were considered displaced Africans because we didn't grow up on the continent, but those are our ancestors, right? Though we have a DNA linkage to the people back on the continent. They look just like us. The bottom line is, we were the ones that were assigned to lead the way in the new era or the new age or the new world, because we're the only ones talking about fucking, the greater mysteries of life. A motherfucker on the continent, they either Muslim or Christian. They ain't having this conversation.
That's what they are now.
They ain't reading none of the books we reading. They not into none of the shit that's spiritually going to the next level like we are, because we were assigned. It's almost like, you know what? I'm sending you to the greatest, but yet the worst part of the planet, because y'all are special soldiers for a special time. You got a special job to do. So I got to send y'all into the fucking firefight. That's where we at. So what's a gift and a curse? So we should be happy at the same time. So I can't abandon my post.
I'm with that. I'm with the not abandoning the post.
I'm with that
Like
too.
you said,
So that's why we talking
there's
now.
a reason we are here right now. So like you said, there is a reason. Just ain't pick a number out the hat and say we over here. So
Yeah.
And we talking about it right now. We come into what solutions that's possible and trying to plant seeds. That's basically what it is. It's like you're trying to plant seeds. We're planting seeds.
And isn't that how you
thinking, man? Critical thinking, man.
Yeah. So you got to understand what your role is and what you're supposed to learn or whatever, and just make it happen.
Because I know one of the things that Pot be upset at is like, why can't people see the shit that's going on, and why people want to be slaves to this and they want to be slaves to that, and why can't people wake up and not be victim to the system? Well, you're in the system and you are awake, right? There's people who are in the system and they are not awake. That separates you from them. That makes you special. So those same people that are on the continent right now back in Africa, who are not having these type of conversations, who are not dealing with anything outside of Islam or Christianity, those people are not as evolved as us. I'm just, not no shade or anything like that, but how we see the greater scheme of things, they're easily played and easily susceptible to being tricked by the bullshit of world governments than we are. Because we're aware and we're conscious enough to know how to maneuver through the bullshit. And that's a good thing.
Thank you, man.
Real quick, welcome. Joanne in the chat said parents are the foundation. My parents ain't playing that shit. Paulo Chalk, welcome. He said, okay, so do y'all want government hands in your structure, quote unquote, like China or not? People will complain about what the government does, but then on the other hand, say we need more structure in society.
Niggas gotta choose their position. They can't serve two masters. They can't want more structure, but at the same time, don't want nobody telling them what to do. You got to find that sweet spot.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing what I'm told to do, but it has to be something that's, that makes sense. It's got to make sense to me, though. I'm not just going to sit there and
I agree.
It may not make sense to the other person, though. So you can't, you can't just go off yourself.
I stand on freedom, but on the other hand, too much freedom. You see people running like, man, sometimes I wish there would be some kind of structure or some kind of ordinance as far as like controlling freedom, because man,
but how strict, how can you control it?
I know I can't have it both ways, right? But it's just like, man, it's freedom shit, bro. People just know how to take things and just run with it. And it's like things.
Well, you got to think, man, everything is structural. Like you always going to be, you're always going to be, there's always going to be walls. Every single level, there's new walls. You always got to accept that. You break from one wall to enter another dome of walls. Like you're just constantly gonna be in these walls. You know what I mean? But don't mean that you have to stay stagnant in the bottom of the wall.
But all those walls bad. Like I can honestly say
they're not. They're not. They're level.
Okay. Because I can honestly say I've seen a lot of different organizations and groups, countries, cultures who operate on one accord, and they polish like a motherfucker. They're efficient. They get the job done. They can go in and whip ass if they need to. They execute with precision because they operate on one accord. And it all depends on, like I said, we got our assignment to be over here. You could take the Nation of Islam, for instance. They structured like a motherfucker. They accomplish a lot of shit like a motherfucker. They discipline like a motherfucker. But that's because they have a lot of restrictive walls that everybody might not agree with. Yeah. But whatever agenda they set out to accomplish, they accomplish it with ease because everybody's on the same fucking page. Right. So you got to pick and choose which you want to be a part of.
And I highly respect the Nation of Islam as far as that go. I'm not into the religion, but I respect their structure and the way they run.
All right.
There has to be some type of structure. That's ain't no getting away from that foundation.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that's why I said there's levels though. You start from here and you got these walls, then you can go to the next level. Then there's other limits. Like there's always a wall to the level of things that you obtain or you know what I mean, like of your growth. The more growth you get, the walls change. That's what I'm trying to.
I think the more structured you should be as you grow.
Yeah. So the walls change. They become, you know what I mean, like so they kind of change to you. You know what I mean? The walls kind of. They equal themselves out to you because the smarter you are, the further you can go.
Structure. It is your structure.
Yeah.
All right.
So limitations can be bound, or you can keep going to, you have limits at this point because you don't have the skill, whatever, to go to the next point. You know what I mean? So there's always points to the point where you controlling most of it, and your walls are very, like the walls get wider the more knowledge and the more discipline you are to what you're doing in life. The walls, they get bigger, they get wider to damn near a whole universe. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
So it's levels to the wall.
He said Pablo's right. He said, I agree with him. He said that's how the military operates. Same stuff Jay was saying before. So definitely.
True.
But I think it all boils down to as well. I mean, it's parenting, man. That shit goes a long way, man. And also
It
teaching
does.
your kids common sense.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
hard, man. We got to find a way to fix that, though.
Man,
See,
I
the
got-
parents got. See, we can't rely on parents when you're trying to build
Yeah.
a nation. We can't. We can't
Shit.
rely on this
What?
parent to be a great parent.
Shit.
Rewind. You said build a nation. When nobody's
I'm
building a
talking about
nation.
I'm talking about you can't.
Nah, if
whenever
we
you
building a
take
nation,
I'm
then
just saying, when you building something, you can't depend. You got to make sure that everybody's getting the right service to move forward. You know what I mean? You can't.
the
just
only
be, oh,
thing
that's
you're
the
gonna be
parent.
able to
He's
build
gonna
is
do
your
that. Like,
house.
he only gonna go as far as
That's
his
it.
parent let him
Right,
go.
right.
So if the parents suck, that kid got to suffer from the suckness of their parent. That's
That's
basically what
That's
you're
what's
selling.
that's a cause and effect. That's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But
But
the
it
only
shouldn't
thing you're
have to happen.
no
We got the power to change that.
we can't have a
got
discussion
power to
about
change that.
what doesn't have to happen or what could happen because those are variables. We can't even debate variables because we don't know how the fuck that's going to turn out. The
Yeah.
bottom line
That's
is if you're trying to build a home, a house, that is your responsibility and you can have as much structure as you want.
So
True,
we might as well
true.
just then. What is the conversation then? If we could just allow shit parents to raise a kid like shit, and
Nah,
then
it's
not
parent
your
style.
it's not- yeah.
Parents gotta get on the same page. You know what I mean?
yeah, but
Right,
what if
right,
they not.
right.
Yeah, but you can't get parents on the same page though. So that kid got to still suffer. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Hey,
You talking about when you
That's-
can't? You talking about when the
don't wanna-
parents are fucked up? Like you just don't got parents that care like that. Like, or they
I don't
know what
worry
to
about
do.
fucked up
so it's gotta
parents.
be. So I said, yeah, but I'm saying so
I
that
don't worry
kid's-
about fucked up parents.
Yeah, but see, that's you don't worry about it. But I'm saying is when you
Nah.
trying
You
to
talking about
build
those?
something,
You talking about those that have to
if
deal
you
with
trying
that?
to help,
Yeah.
help
Those who have to deal with it. What you mean?
Those who have
What I'm
fucked up
trying to
parents.
say is,
Oh, you speaking on somebody else's behalf.
I'm
That's what I
speaking
figured,
on.
though.
I'm speaking from a God behalf. Put it that fucking way. I'm speaking from.
I'm confused.
If I want to build a great world and I want man to
Oh
evolve.
hell no, we can't have that conversation.
Listen, I'm just speaking. I'm just saying. If I want my shit to be efficient and right, I can't allow tools that wants to. I can't allow broken tools to run my shit.
okay.
Agreed.
So
you talking- yeah.
What you want to exterminate them? So what you telling me?
But-
No,
yeah.
I'm saying there should be programs. Like I was saying, that kids should automatically go into a growth program, regardless they got.
So take the kid out the home. So you telling me take
No,
the
not
kid?
take
Take
him out.
Gonna have to do something.
Right.
School. No,
That's
I'm
on the
talking about
lines of-
school to have more of a growth program because you don't know what the kid is going through at home. So it should be an automatic
I got
thing
what you're
for a
saying.
child,
So,
so they can
Okay,
get past
Say
that.
the parent
That's
is
a good.
fucked up.
That's a good band-aid. I
Okay,
mean,
so you said
to
something
fix
in
some
place,
shit.
something
Right,
put
no
in
child left
place.
behind.
In case you
what he
got
said.
fucked up parents,
Okay.
Right.
still
There's-
Okay.
growing
there's
up into a structured thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you
Okay.
can-
Yeah.
But let me tell you
That's what I
something,
heard.
man. Programs are for fucked up societies. That's it.
Those are band-aids, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
you gotta have them though.
If you got programs, you know your shit's fucked up.
yeah, but we don't have that program. We don't have proper programs.
Yeah,
for,
motherfucker. It's called what's it called that
Like-
juvenile detention center?
Yeah, we got stupid. Yeah, we got things that don't really help the kid grow. Put it that
IDC,
way.
whatever.
But I think in your world,
that's how
I
it's
think
designed.
yeah, but I think in your perfect world, that wouldn't even exist, would it?
Well, in your perfect world, you can have a better system for a child that can be neglected at the house as far as
That
they
ain't
can,
a that ain't a
they can
perfect
learn
world,
about
then,
it
nigga.
out.
That's not
Right.
a perfect world.
Hey, guys, real quick.
And even
Join-
if you do that, it may not make the kid. You know what I mean?
Better chances, though, right?
yeah.
It's better
Hey,
chances. It's
real
better
quick.
chances. though.
Better chance. Yeah.
real quick in the chat, real quick before we go on further. Join and says, although we hated it growing up as an adult, I realized the value of growing up with island parents, whether Jamaican, Haitian, etc. They're different structures than Americans. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah,
No,
American,
no,
we all
didn't
got the
accept,
apple pie.
didn't accept all types of shit. You know, that's the
I
bottom
mean,
line.
Apple
I
pies and
grew up in a very structured home. I
Mhm.
mean, so I mean, and I understand that foreigners a little more structured, but I'm just going off my experience. I don't know nobody's experience. I grew up, I believe, in a very structured home as far as diet. You know what I'm saying? Shit, even way of thinking. You know what I mean? It's just certain
Right.
shit you couldn't do. You couldn't be running around the house screaming for no reason type
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, I wasn't playing that.
Nah, I
one.
mean, you couldn't even lay on the couch, dog. What you laying on the
Exactly.
couch for?
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
damn.
You go to
What?
your
Yeah,
bed and
yeah.
lay down. What are you laying on the couch
That's
for?
me all day.
Wasn't allowed in
I
the
mean-
living
Go to
room
your
sometimes.
room.
So bring your company in here.
Right.
Pablo
Yeah,
Chalk
yeah.
says in the chat, structure within your home or household is typically based around your culture. You build structure within your own walls.
True.
That involves
Yeah.
dealing with your kid. Structure is built in your mind. Nice, man.
Exactly.
I'm wrong with that 100%.
But see,
Yeah,
this is
but-
where we go though. You can have people that don't have structure and don't want it and got kids and fucking their kids up. That's the part what
And then-
should be kind of worked on, because that's why we got a
Remember
lot
those-
what we got out
okay.
here now. We got a lot of people running around here begging for money and ain't got shit because they don't know, they never had structure in their life to even be able to have structure. They don't know no other way to think. So that's a part of falling apart, because you're letting the wrong people. They're not responsible for really putting 100% structure into a child. They're just there to have closure. a home for them and feed them.
So you're saying
So
kids
it's
are
like there's
innocent,
more
bro.
to
They
that.
didn't ask to be brought into this world, but
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So there must be.
I got a whole nother conversation.
We got
on
a whole
that,
nother
but-
conversation for that. Yeah.
Anyway,
But saying they
Yeah.
wouldn't ask to bring it.
Right.
yeah.
It's different on the spiritual level.
It kid. Well, let me throw this in the pot, man. If you look at, I'm gonna use China again, and like I said, I don't be bigging up China, but I like structured shit.
Right.
But if you look at China, what he's explaining is you can have structure in your crib, and then your kids still can get influence outside of the home structure
Sure.
and still go astray.
For sure.
Either
When you
way,
look
right?
at a
Yeah.
structured society, you got a structured home. That's one level or wall that you was talking about. Once you leave that home and go out into society, so to speak, there's another wall that's structured. The
Right.
government is controlling that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you leave that wall and you start getting into the fabrics of what makes it tick, such as the governments of China and the ruling parties and all that type of shit. The CCP, there's another
Yeah.
fucking wall. That shit
And
is
the walls
structured.
get bigger.
So
They
no
get
matter
bigger
how
as you
much
go.
you leave your home, which is the nucleus, and go outward in a structured society, it's still
Right.
going to be structured. So your kid not going to leave the house and get influenced with some bullshit, because you go outside, it's still fucking
It's
structured
still
to the
controlled.
utmost.
right.
We don't have that.
Yeah,
Right.
but the,
We don't. We
but
don't
the
have
more
We
you
teach
move
our
up-
kids, and then we got to pray that when they leave the house, they
Yeah,
ain't
they-
getting
they-
influenced by bullshit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that,
Right.
that they maintain that teaching and
Yeah.
don't go astray.
It's a
Right.
different
the
animal.
more- So the more knowledge you gain from each structure, the more wider the walls become. You understand
That's
what I'm saying?
fine. That's in a
So it's like
structured
you
society,
basically
though.
go
We're
to
talking about
freedom
our
once you
shit.
know
Right. Do
how
do
this shit works.
let me ask you, can I ask this? Do we believe in that? It takes a village. Does that?
Of course.
Yeah, that's true.
So-
It take a village
so-
to raise. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everybody got to be involved.
That shit sounds good here, but we don't have villages no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. Man.
Yeah, we don't have villages no more.
Right. Right.
No more communities, man. The communities even like
Yeah, the
Right.
communities. ain't
shit, even
nothing
when,
no
even
more.
even when we was coming up, say when we was coming up was more togetherness. You know what I'm saying? Even we had the African Day Parade. I don't even know if they had that no more out here. But it was more things, you know what I mean, we could do, whether it be the brother at the bookstore, you know what I'm saying, gathering for a meeting.
Right.
I don't really see things like that no more. And I'm not even out there like that anymore, but I don't, it's not in your face as it used to be.
I kind of.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like the a lot of the 5% stuff back in the day was kind of like substitute for that. Was like, as far as structure is concerned.
We
obviously a lot of
needed
brothers flocked to
5%,
that.
man. We
did?
actually needed that to come forward. We needed that. 5%ers, man, they played a big part to me.
Some
in-
did need it. Some did need it. Some did, because they needed structure. That's like you were saying. You come from the bad households, bad mother parents. Those
Right.
they needed those teachings.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not 5%, so I'm not. You know what I mean, and I'm not disrespecting the teachers or whatever. But a lot of those kids, they needed that structure.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
Pablo real quick he said that's not just China, bro. That's here as well. Meaning, what do you mean
Tell
by
him
that?
Yeah. Tell me
Yeah,
elaborate
just-
on that.
Yeah, can you elaborate
It's
on
not
that?
just China.
And Joanna says villages are gone, just like the old school grannies. Yeah, they washed away them old school grannies. Them old school
Just like
grannies in the clubs.
Medina's.
The
Them,
old school
uh,
grannies in the clubs on Saturdays now.
Because I remember a time where we grew up at, if anything went down or something happened, you best believe that somebody knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, and the shit was gonna
Right.
travel fast as fuck.
Right. Somebody's sitting on the porch watching all
Or
that.
somebody's gonna say, "I'm gonna tell such and such."
Right.
Yeah.
Or the lady got the police scanner in the house. You know, not my aunts.
American structure. Okay, he said American structure is different from China. China structure is different from Russia. Of course, China does what works for them. What's the rest of it? I can't see the rest of it.
Russia, etc. It's all structured within the society. It just varies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But like I said, depending on what the top wants for the entire country, and this is where I understand what's going on. But if I had to put my 2 cents in as far as America is concerned, and this is where I have to give Trump his kudos. Trump was an American guy. His ideology was fuck everybody. I'm gonna worry about my country.
Right.
Fuck you, pay me.
Right.
Y'all been ripping us off. Y'all owe us some money. No, y'all owe us some money too. You need to pay up too.
Right.
I'm with that.
Right.
Like, stop being a piggy bank for the world and say no.
Right.
Let me take care of the shit that's going on within our borders. I
Right.
was with that. I'm not capping for Trump,
Yeah, but
but the bottom line is,
I agree with a lot of Trump shit.
I agree
Yeah,
with
I
that
want a
too.
president who's going to put us first,
Right.
not.
Yeah,
let me
somebody
sell
said
y'all
they didn't
out
like him because he had too much
the biggest
balls. I'm
bidder.
like, what kind of man are you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
They just didn't like the way he
that.
speak. He didn't
Right.
come across like a normal politician.
Let's clean.
Yeah,
let's
they,
clean.
they kept he racist. That would fuck people up. They kept going with
Look,
the
bro.
racist shit.
I agree. We just clean our shit up first. We can't help nobody until we get our shit cleaned up, man. We gotta take care of us first. But it's never been that way. How much foreign aid we give to these countries, man? France.
Yeah,
still
but
getting
it's
money
not
in.
really given to those countries, man.
Doing
It's
some
really
shit.
just putting it in back in your own pockets. Whoever is running this shit is really just putting most of that
Of course,
money.
there's somebody on the
Wherever
other
that
side
money
reaping the
going, it's going
benefits
to
of
their
that.
own pockets.
But you best believe there's a tsunami right now in Japan. They dropping MREs and water and shit within fucking hours. So, I mean, and
They
then
giving
look,
mad bread to Ukraine right now.
what
Yeah,
happened
but
to
guess
Katrina?
what?
Look
Think
what
they
happened to
give it
Katrina.
for free? You
That's
think
real.
they actually giving bread? You actually think they're gonna? They don't help their own people. So how the hell they trying to help somebody else? So you know it's a money scandal. The whole
But it's still
thing.
happening though. They're still getting the bread, bro. They're still getting MREs. Look what happened in Katrina, man. They didn't respond for 5 days, man.
Yeah.
This ain't
The
nothing.
most
that-
powerful country on the earth, quote unquote, with all this technology, that and the third, and you can't even go down there and send motherfuckers with we got mad boats and mad all
Right.
types of shit.
Oh, fuck they need.
But you
Coast
got
Guard.
regular people in their regular boats picking up people.
Come
Where
on,
is the fucking government
Come on.
resources?
That's when Kanye West said George Bush don't like black people. But he said he don't like black people.
Yeah.
Same scenario.
Kanye West, black people hate Kanye West because he tell the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why when you speak the truth, black people hate you more. But if you speak racism from a different, position,
Truth.
Truth-
I
the
agree
truth
with you.
It's
hurts,
just
bro.
it's they want you to say it in a certain way.
Right, exactly. Attack.
but you can't be. You got to be stern. He's stern with it, right? What's wrong with
Hey,
a man?
I'm all
being
for stern.
and I'm not trying to be soft. Soft shit don't move planets.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You need muscle to move planets, man. You need muscle. Cars. You need to get dirty and get it done. Oh, that car is nice. It needed a car wash, though. I mean, man, wash the fucking car. It don't need a
Right.
car wash.
Pa-
Let's just wash the
Hey,
motherfucker. That's
Pop,
what
real quick, hold on 1 sec. Pop,
Go ahead.
Pop said in the chat, he said
Wash
America
the
gives
motherfucker.
money to countries all the time. It's literally within their budget. Trust me.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
where
true.
I'm at with it.
Yeah.
know,
So
like-
Trump was like, look, y'all got all these slush funds and all this shit and all this money going out. Let me look at the books. Let me see what's going on, who getting what. And I'm shutting it down. That's exactly what he was doing. He
That's
was
why they
shutting it
got
down.
rid of him, man.
Right.
And
They
you
like
know
us.
that's why they focus on him.
He's racist. He doesn't like black people. That was the fucking.
Man, look,
that's what.
that
We
was
gotta
the
stop
narrative.
that shit too. Black people gotta stop letting
Stop
And
playing
I'm
the victim.
I'm not a
Stop playing
Trump
the victim.
apologist.
letting that control them.
I'm not a Trump apologist, but that was a narrative they wanted to set so you wouldn't vote for him. The Republicans didn't want that man in. They didn't even want him in. He wasn't supposed to win this election, man. He came in and changed.
Oh, they
it.
wanted him in. That's why he in there. They control that shit. Come
They
on,
did
bro.
not
You
want
guys
him in
believe
there
that?
because he know
You
what he
believe
was
that
gonna
voting
do.
shit? They control that shit. They put what he want to put in.
They
there,
stole the
Come on,
last
man.
one.
Play it,
Yeah,
dog.
they stole that last one, dog. They
Say
definitely
that
stole
was
that last
rigged.
one.
Bad.
Man, you ain't
Yeah,
lying.
yeah, but because they wanted him in there. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Biden,
you know,
bro. Come on now.
it always worked for who they wanted in. They put who they want. They always been putting who they want to put in there. Now.
Man,
Trump
you can't tell me
was
that-
an anomaly that wasn't supposed to happen,
Yeah,
but it happened.
nobody expected it.
Right.
We didn't expect it, but
But somebody
in other
wanted him
words,
in there.
let's look at the yin and yang. We know that we got crooked people in high places that's kind of pushing the buttons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just common sense from a scientific perspective to know that there are people in high places that are working against that. We never really have that discussion. We always think that everybody at the top is fucking just bad and evil. That's not
Right.
true. There are
Right.
people who are working for the betterment of the system. We just never talk about them because we're so trained to focus on the bad shit. But
Right.
there are people in high places who facilitated that man getting in there.
Right.
That if you want to call that by design or helping, cool. But they had an agenda to try to curtail all of this shit that's going on right now. Because whatever we in right now, this shit was supposed to happen, years ago. But Trump came in and threw a monkey wrench in all that
Sure
shit.
did. That wasn't supposed to happen. And
Instead of us importing petroleum, we were exporting petroleum.
right.
He had a gas down and all this shit,
Sure did.
and he stuck it to China. Y'all gonna pay us? Fuck that.
and
He
with
was
Trump,
hard in China.
Trump wasn't in no one's pocket because he was mostly his own funds. He didn't have
Yeah.
anyone
Billionaire.
anything if I got in. So people didn't. Hey man, how we get this guy in our back pocket? You couldn't control him.
Yeah, you couldn't get him in the back pocket.
Obama.
That's a good point, Bob.
all
That's a
those
good
other
point.
That's a great point.
That's a
As
good
far as
point.
the racist shit go, listen, man. Here's my philosophy on that. If Trump is pro-white, pro-European, whatever, I see no problem with that. Love
I'm
your
pro-black.
race.
Yeah, I'm pro-black.
The problem I do have is why aren't we feeling the same way about our own people? Be proud of who you are. Be pro-black. That's all I'm saying. Instead of you focusing on somebody being pro-white and quote unquote racist and loving their race and putting their race first, fuck
Right.
all that. Let them do that. Let them have that.
Mm,
But
Right.
where we at with it is my problem.
Mm.
Why ain't we shouting, black
mm.
whatever or whatever? Put us first.
Use
That's
that
all
shit
I'm
for a
saying.
template. Use it as a template for
Yeah,
your
so
shit.
we focused on what somebody else is doing for their race, and we not doing the same shit for our own.
Right.
And
Pablo
that'll
also-
neutralize that whole such and such is racist. Tell me some shit I
Okay.
don't know. I was surprised by that.
Okay, well, that go back to what Pop was saying. Like Pop feel that way too. Like, fuck it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but-
their race. Why argue with it?
Yeah, you gonna go from
Hey,
your
when
family in your house,
when-
right?
when
Your house
Obama-
comes first.
I
Listen,
agree
listen. The
with it.
perfect scenario. Before I do that, Pablo said, but the USA structure, quote unquote, doesn't allow for what Trump thought he could do. Y'all know
They're
better than me.
structured.
Of
Y'all know
course,
better
of
than
course.
that. I'm sorry.
That's true. That's why he was an anomaly and he was a monkey wrench in the whole system. But the bottom line is, and this is where I think high level chess comes in. Trump made some moves that were irreversible while he was in there that even these motherfuckers now can't really fuck with, which was smart. So my thing is this, it goes back to what I said. You got people in high places that's working for the betterment of this fucking country. We don't talk about those people, but it's yin and yang. They have to exist. Everybody ain't corrupt.
Right.
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 So with that being said, he put some shit in place and put some shit in motion that is still protecting and riding the system right now to put us in a better position. And I don't think this shit is over. I don't think we've seen the full effect of what Trump and those people that were behind him that we would consider white hats. The effects of what they really did is still at play right now. And I think a part of the government is involved in that too. I mean, the military is involved in that too.
Right.
Because they
Yeah.
did a lot of weird shit with Washington, D.C. when old boy got in.
Right.
Barricading shit, and it was just weird. But
oh, yeah.
you know,
I got lost one time in DC going up to Jersey, man, and I got pulled up on the Suburbans pulled up on me, bro. I was somewhere I shouldn't have been, off of 312 somewhere.
Oh,
man.
word?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
They rode up on me like I was, man, and then them Suburbans that got that 50 cal machine gun that come out, and then all them bullets be jumping around like crickets coming out that gun, bro. But I wanted to say, imagine if we could have put our own person. Imagine if Obama was we put him in office. We got him to where he needed with financials and all that, and he wasn't in no one's back pocket and stuff. And maybe he was, just imagine if that could have happened. You couldn't have thought if when Obama got in that we got control of the establishment.
Nah,
They
they
did.
knew better than that.
No.
People did. People thought that dumb shit though. Oh, it's gonna be a change. I'm saying that shit.
But
like
listen,
crazy.
I go back to my pops. My pops, you couldn't say nothing bad about Obama, man. I would, I was down.
Yeah.
In
Well, yeah, for older people. Yeah. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
they was happy to see that. They
Yeah,
was
they
just
was
happy to see the
it.
black.
I was about to
black
say
face.
they was
Right.
just
Yeah.
happy to see it. So I'm not mad at them for that.
Right.
Yeah,
But
they
look
just
at the
happy.
shit they went through and had to endure back in the
Right.
60s and the 70s, man. So
They
when
look
they,
at
they
it
thought
totally
that never
different.
would have happened.
Yeah.
You had told them that back when they were sitting in these restaurants and marching that it would be a black president or close to we can get. They'd tell you to get the hell out.
But when you look at good chess moves, right? We were in love with the concept of having a black president.
Right.
The people on the other side understood that we were so in love with the concept,
Yeah.
they played that
That's the whole
love for that
point.
concept against us.
That's the whole
So
point
you
of
bring a
it.
person in that looks like you, but you can get him to do the most heinous shit towards
Yeah.
you, and you don't
That
even
was-
know
And
it.
black people
That
ain't
That was
gonna
the
say
whole
nothing.
point of putting
They
them in
ain't
there.
gonna say
That's your
nothing.
man.
That's
your
the
man.
whole point.
You
That was the
wouldn't
whole
see it
point.
coming because you in love with the concept. You have no idea of how politics really work.
Right. Just
Right.
Yes.
Queen of
And
England
now
or
they
something.
know. Now they know what they can do with that if they have to bring back another black president.
Pop
Yeah.
said that. Pop said that in his raps one time. There will never be
Right
another
before he
black
became
president.
president. That was a month. I think that was like
Yeah.
a month before he became president.
I've never seen a black president. That shit is irrelevant.
So yeah, which is the concept of having a black president. But having a black president ain't got shit to do with politics, though.
Jokes on us. Joanna said the joke was on
Yeah,
us. God
yeah.
damn
It had nothing to do with politics,
Calm
pertaining to
y'all
us.
down.
I think the only thing, fuck the president part. I think what we need to have, just like you have lobbyists who got their money together to pull and put
Lobbyists.
politicians here and there.
Yep.
If we want any type of movement on the chessboard, we need to have a group to be able to affect politicians and policy. Fuck a president.
That means work. That means
That's
work
what we
production
need.
and money
That's
production.
all
what
we need to say, hey, this is our agenda as us. This is
We
what
ain't
we
doing
need as us. And if you want to be in this seat,
Right.
we got the money and the resources to make sure this happen. You need to get these policies in. You need to get this policy in. You need to get reparations going. Whatever the fuck we
Right.
put on the paper,
Right.
if you want this seat, that's what you got to do.
Hey, I'm gonna add on to that. Let's not go straight to the top. Let's start small. Let's start with our congressman. Let's start there. Let's start getting control. Let's see if we
That's
can
the
get, we
best
can-
place to start.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
That is the best place to start. Then you'll stop all this the bullshit with the police going on, because you'll tell a chief he got to get voted in.
Right.
All that shit.
Yep.
Like, yo, you ain't getting this shit right for us. Oh, we
Right.
got you.
Out of here.
Your job is out of here.
Right.
We got that power. Then they'll do right.
Yep.
And that's easy to do.
Yep.
It
That's not
is.
even no high level country shit. That's like right up the street. The niggas up the street.
Right. Straight up. But
But then they'll probably use niggas to take niggas out. That's how they do, man. Niggas will bring niggas down.
we only
You'll get an unanswered gain of niggas with masks on and shoot everybody down and massacre and shit. Who
You know what I'm
knows,
saying?
man?
But that goes back to what was, as far as the divide and conquer with us. And correct me if I'm wrong, man. This is how I feel, man. I just feel like it's so hard for us to come together because there's always egos and people, the crabs in a barrel mentality, man. It's just so bad.
Well, that's in our
so
genetics, though,
invested
man. It's
with it,
kind of
man.
like it's like they engraved that in our genetics. So that's got to be restructured from children.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
he's right. That's a symptom of a disease. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
It's
a
we don't know
symptom
no better.
of of a bigger disease. And we often debate and talk about the symptoms, but we never talk about how we actually got the disease in the first place.
Right.
And once you start there, you can have a better understanding and have a little bit of empathy for the condition of your people. Because it's a mind thing. It's a genetic
Absolutely.
thing that's bred in. So, I don't really entertain conversations where people say, black people ain't shit. They always robbing, killing, stealing, and doing dumb shit, and niggas ain't gonna never. I never use the term never because we wasn't always like this. We got like this.
Right.
So the fact that we got like this, we can unget like this.
Yeah,
And at
but-
the same time, to keep it a buck, there was a point in history where we was running this shit. But if you know your history, then you'll know there's a point where we were at the top of the food chain running the planet, hands down. So we fell from grace. Let's have that discussion on how we fell from where we were and got into this position, and how we get out of this position and go back to where we were. Nobody wants to have that conversation.
Hey, royal blood, brother.
Yeah.
Straight up. but
so yeah,
like you said, the symptoms. What you know, and I can't say it never happened. What we put out to the side, because we look at where we're at right now with all this shit going on. I know we haven't really talked about the whole the Ukraine, Russia. Why am I paying $4.50 at the gallon in some places? And you know, I'm like, man, this is not what people thought, or did they think that this was going to happen? Well,
when a raise happens, when they give economy raise or they boost up the raise, usually we get.
Dude, you can go to a gas station now and get 19 an hour sweeping the floor, man. Like,
yeah, because they keep you because you never graduate. You know, it's like giving somebody a medal for graduating, but they really never graduated. You know what I mean? It's like
you say you stay at the same level. Say you stay at the same level, but they try to fool you like you're doing better. Yeah,
it's all perception.
You're not doing better because what they're paying you more. With them raising what they're paying you, that shit is only trying to catch up with where inflation is, and inflation is still past that shit. That's just like the gas, the con job with the gas, man. First of all, the gas shouldn't even be high because we shouldn't even be dependent on gas from Russia. But this is what they're just telling us. Right. You got to have some common sense that we got enough gas here in this country to sustain us. But it goes back to the conversation we had earlier. This country is not ran by people that's for this country. That's the fucking problem. So if you for this country, you'll make sure this country is self-sufficient in whatever it fucking needs first before you worry about somebody else. And that's why our gas is fucked up, because we're getting gas from motherfuckers from other places when we should deal with all the fucking oil we got here.
Right. We have reserves.
It's a con job, but they understand that this is economic slavery. So if I can get niggas to pay $5-10 for a fucking gallon of gas and they gonna pay for it, that's that slush fund again. They taking that money and they doing some other shit with it. Yeah. But telling us on the news, you know, it's because of X, Y, and Z, and we believe it. We get all mad at, you know.
Yes, I'm telling you, like you don't see the game. You don't see what they do. They do that. I guess it's what every 5-6 years.
Yeah, they've been doing.
Like they'll have an issue, something broke, this and that, another country doing this and that. Then they'll raise the gas, right? They'll raise it. But then once they act like the solution is kind of there, they'll lower it just by a little bit of sense. But it's still way higher than it used to be. And they keep doing it through the years, and they programming people like that.
And that's the new standard.
Yeah, that's how they keep doing, man. They make you think, and you happy because it's
worse now. People making more money, but they get less hours.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they may raise the gas 80-something cents. Like when the problem is, whatever catastrophe we have, whatever excuse they tell us. So then once they act like it's kind of resolved, then they'll just lower it 30 cents, but it's still 50 cents over what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that becomes the norm. And they keep doing that. They keep doing that. So I was telling a girl, I was like, man, this shit is gonna easily be over $3 now.
It was going up anyway.
But people are so happy for it to go down 20 cents from the high shit they put it up the first time. Right. People don't even pick up.
Yeah. That's the doing it. Job.
Like every 4 or 5 years, I don't know what it is, 5-6 years, they keep doing it.
Every time we go through a presidency, whatever, anything with these presidents and the economy raise, usually when we get economy raise, everything gets way expensive. Like once they start paying people more, it puts you right back to making what you was making before. But the only problem, what I see now is it's catching up to people that were making money, and their money, that the people that was making money aren't getting raises, aren't getting what they supposed to get. So it's like regular jobs now is damn near with career jobs now. It's all fucked up. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you not.
And that's why I say the middle class is getting eliminated.
Yeah. They've been trying to do that right there.
So it's like good jobs aren't really good jobs anymore. And they supposed to be paying more for those good jobs because they making more money because everything went up. But they trying to keep it right here. So it's like they catching up like this. You don't even need you don't need shit anymore once you start making money like right there. Like you don't need no more of this. You don't need no more of that. Why should I do this and when I could do that? But the difference, what I see what they try to do is no benefits and part-time. they trying to throw part-time in there with that money and no benefits. It's even more money now. Everything is just outrageous. You a slave, like damn near you on slave ground right now, bro. It's like if you ain't running your own shit, you ain't making no money. And that's how I'm saying it. If it ain't your own shit, you on the same level as everybody. Not saying you're trying to be over everybody or under whatever this is, but you notice that people did a lot to get where they are just for it to be a regular job damn near right now.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people that took that step to get degrees, they're in the same position as the niggas, you know what I'm saying?
They work at a regular store down the street because it was all for money.
Right.
I think we've been out behind the 8 ball of inflation for a while. We should have been caught up.
Yeah,
No.
we like 20 years
Well,
behind.
once we get
like
into
that,
hyperinflation, it's pretty much a wrap.
So things are gonna change, like you said.
You'll be at the threshold of an official collapse, and we're not. It's not even a point now of if it's gonna happen. It's just when.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Farms, baby. Farms. That's what I'm saying, man. Farm, man. This is what farms.
I'm
Farm.
getting some chickens. I'm getting some chickens in a couple weeks.
A farm is the greatest thing a man can
that's a good
own.
investment.
A farm is the greatest thing a man can own, dog. You got your own chickens. You got your own whatever. A farm is like the most simplest solution that can get through all of this.
Hey, man, you farm pot? You got anything growing?
No, but I know Errol Spence it has a farm now, and I know you on the farm.
So you're good.
You know, he gave it all up just to be a farm dude. He gave all that shit.
I expected to have that answer.
Me neither.
I gotta build a chicken coop in my backyard, but I'm getting me some chickens, man. My daughter talking to me.
Yo, he gave all that up, and he rich, man. He'd rather be on a farm and feed cows and stuff like that.
Peace, though. You see him, man. That shit goes a lot, man. You know, our mind, you know, that shit's therapeutic like a motherfucker. Messing with, he even said that shit, having horses and stuff, man. That's dope.
Yeah,
I'll do the same shit. I'll do the same shit.
He said he collecting just regular old muscle cars. He don't need no Ferraris no more. He said he was doing that because everybody else was doing it, but then he realized after the accident and all that, just keep it simple. I'm gonna just live on a farm. I want to be away from people. I want to, raise, just do the farm things and do what I do, and it's peaceful and everything. That's where he's staying, man. I love that, man. That's where I want to. That's where I want to be, man.
Make it happen, no pot shit.
Yeah, no reason why you can't have it. Straight up. There's no reason why a nigga can't have what he want. It sounds good in the mind, but the bottom line is, really ask yourself what's stopping you from having that.
Yeah, and then that's the ghost in all of us.
Just work. Just got to put in the time and the work. That's all.
It's not really hard to accomplish anything, though. If you really think about it, we just really defeat ourselves, man. But it was inbred like that for us to defeat ourselves. But it's not really hard if you really lay it down, like step by step. It's really a piece of cake. It might take a little time and hard work and dedication, but it's obtainable.
What if you took that energy you put into going to work every day and put it towards something for you?
Now, this is what killed us. I'm gonna tell you what, though. This is what kills us. Child support, all that kind of stuff kills us because that keeps you.
Nigga with the child support. You talking about financially? You talking about financially?
No, how can you like I said, grow first again, but the same time. But if you have kids already and this and that, now you're stuck in a place where you can't.
I think that should be more reason for you to do it.
Yeah, I don't see that as something that's gonna stop me though.
Right.
No. I'm just saying, but it makes the odds even greater.
It doesn't matter. The odds are already stacked against us, man.
Right.
That is true. But the thing is, you can't sacrifice money because you might be in jail.
Don't matter.
So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm saying is like doing what you gotta do and paying child support and being caught up in the system stuff makes it a lot difficult because you don't have the freedom to take chances to go in this direction.
Let me say this, Pot. Let me say this real quick.
I got something to say that too.
So I think I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm not a fool. I understand what my limits are. So right now I got 2x4s I get for free, chicken wire, and I got seedling from a hardware store. I go out and I plant me some strawberries, whatever. That's my max, and that's what I'm being realistic about things. I might not could go get a whole turnip pasture, and I'm just going for what my limits take me. I'm starting somewhere, and then you never know where that goes after that. But we can't keep. always handcuffing ourselves because of other elements that are put in our life. I think if anything, it should be motivating us to do more and work harder.
That is true. That is true. But I'm just giving a statement from experience and what it made me feel like in my days. Like it's like I couldn't run away from this because if I did, I was in jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I'm gonna have to stop this in order to pursue this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I'm just talking from my younger days when I was first put in there. I could not, if I missed a payment, my ass was fucking in jail.
And sometimes I think we sometimes our biggest enemy is our own mind, because we want to do something and we want to do it in such a grand scale. We start coming up with these scenarios why we can't do it or accomplish it. Child support. We're not saying miss payments. We're not saying get behind. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is do what's within your capacity to pay child support and do something. Take, for instance, we on this panel are in a better position now to accomplish whatever because we got resources.
All right.
Take our ancestry going back, a couple hundred years when they were in bondage, didn't have much, and they were probably working on a fucking plantation. But the plantation owner was saying, look, I'm gonna give you 2 bricks and a couple of logs. Each time you turn in a crop, I'm gonna give you a couple of bricks and I'm gonna give you a couple of logs and maybe a chicken or 2 or some shit like that. That's all he got to work with. And he in bondage. He's gonna take them bricks. He's gonna put them bricks down. Might take him his entire lifetime, but he's gonna leave a house or a home there for his legacy and his family. They're gonna take that same house, remodel the shit because they own the land and they own the structure, build a better house on that space. Then the next generation gonna come along and upgrade it some more. You got to start somewhere. But if you're always in a position of, I got this one thing I want to do, but there's 10 reasons why that one thing gonna fail, you already fucked up.
Right. You're right. You are right. But that was my state of mind. That was my state of mind. Back in 1994. That was my state of mind. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a hardworking motherfucker. I put a lot of work in. I do a lot of shit. I'm always on, I always get my shit accomplished, but I did let that Achilles heel keep me from thinking beyond. And then when I did think beyond, I still let that Achilles heel stop me from doing what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just been haunting me. It's like a demon behind me. So I'm just saying that's why I never put my work in for anything, because I felt like even when I got there, they was gonna take that too. So it just wasn't no matter.
You actually accomplished so much even with paying child support. You still was able to have food, shelter, clothing, vehicle. You can shop, do what you want to do. You still accomplishing mad shit. It's just that your resources are going to that and not what you really want to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Fuck.
Brick by brick, baby. Brick by brick.
Word up.
That's it.
Y'all niggas been listening to Will Smith book. That's his book.
All right, guys. We're gonna go
for
ahead
real?
and shut this down for the day, guys. Like to thank everybody for coming out. A little extended today, but man, good conversation, man. We gotta keep it going, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Check us out on the playback next week. We'll be back. We'll check out POD Podcast Saturdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Brainwashed on Heavy with Brother Mordeeb, the DCR, Coop, Joanna. Shout out to people in the chat. Pablo Chalk, Joanna, Shelly Ann Reed, my mother. Happy Resurrection Day to all Tito's. Don't eat too much. Check you guys next week. Please check us out on the playback. Anchor FM, Spotify as well. Going over there. Check us out on Facebook as well. Once again, DJ Wild Body for the whole panel here saying peace.